Want to check in with Ryan Bell, who's in Old Town. He's covering Matt Dunlap's race for Congressional District 2 there. Hey there, Ryan.
Hey, Brian and Amanda. 4 Democrats vying for the nomination to represent Maine's 2nd Congressional District in the U.S. House of Representatives. They are State Senator Joe Baldacci, former congressional staffer Jordan Wood, and social worker Paige Loud. The 4th one joining me right now, Matt Dunlap, State Auditor, former Secretary of State. How are you feeling tonight?
Well, pretty tired, but I feel really good. You know, we've had so many great conversations with so many people across the state over the last almost 8 months, but even going back months before that, it began planning the campaign. What you hear from people as they tell you their stories, you hear a lot of grace and courage. And the fact that they share that with you in the context of, you know, how we can work together to make life better for everybody, it's really a blessing. And I've been so glad to be a part of it. And you know, when you get elected and then you get to serve the public, as I've been able to do now for 30 years, it's something that it has a magnetic draw to it. You always want to do more. And so I've been very pleased to be a part of this, and we're a little tired right now, but everything's feeling really good.
With ranked choice voting, very likely we won't see a winner tonight. What kinds of things are you looking for with your supporters surrounding you here tonight? What are you looking for?
Well, we're looking to see what the trends are. You know, obviously what the clerks are doing tonight is they're counting all the first place choices. And if nobody gets 50% plus one, then we know that the Secretary of State's office will then begin the mechanism to start gathering election materials, including ballots and memory devices from tabulating machines, taking them all to Augusta to upload them into a single system, and then do the rankings. And that'll take a few days. It should go actually fairly quickly in a primary election where you don't have quite as many ballots. But I think, you know, what we have seen in the past when I was first administering it is you get a pretty solid result in the end, and you see what the voters are actually saying. So what we're looking for, again, are those trends. Like, where do the first place votes go? What are the margins? What is the likelihood in some sort of mathematical way of how it all turns out? And so far what we've seen, it matches very much what we've seen in our internal polling, which is, I think we're going to do pretty well.
There are 4 candidates. A lot has been said, a lot of talk about universal health care among them, similar ideas, standing up to Trump, against the war in Iran, things like that. But what makes you different as a candidate from the other 4 Democrats vying for this nomination? Well,
I think on a very baseline level, I have 30 years of experience, you know, and Jordan Wood has served as a staffer in Congress, and Paige Loud has never been elected to anything. She's been a social worker, which brings her own life experience. And Senator Baldacci spent 3 terms in the legislature and has worked on the city council. But I've got 8 years in the legislature, 14 years as secretary under many, many different circumstances, and 6 years in the office of the state auditor. It's a very diverse and deep experience I have that I bring to the table. One of the things that we don't talk about is my legislative service is that I became really, really good at parliamentary procedure. So, and I know how Reed's rules work, which is what they use in Congress. And that, with my work in audit, gives me tools that are ready to go when I get elected, and I'll be able to serve people right away.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. The winner of this race will move on likely to face Paul LePage in the general election. He's the Republican running unopposed in his primary. Later on tonight, we'll be over at State Senator Joe Baldacci's watch party. We'll bring you more from that when we get over there.